Hello everyone! We're back at it again with the Hashihime playthrough video. I think I fixed the low game volume issue from the last video, but I can't really guarantee anything until I'm actually playing the game, you know? But even if it's not completely fixed, it should be a little bit louder, which is good, I guess. Anyways, let's jump right in. First load. Yeah. Really hope the frog guy returns. He's my favorite character by far. Like to hear more of that story. They fell silent. After looking at each other a few times, they snorted. That's kind of rude of them, don't you think? Ah, naked people jump scare. I forgot about that part. And then they showed me their cheeky, giggling faces.
バカ子供の話にマジになってんじゃねえよ。どういうことだ?
Someone more stupid. They instantly cracked up hard enough to shake the bath. How is that possible? How flimsy is a bath if like 3 people laughing would just shake it? I feel so sorry for the other people in the bathhouse. They just have to listen to these immature guys. When I glanced around, everyone was staring at me with dead looks in their eyes. They all hate you. You should be ashamed of yourself. What? It was like I was the one being made a fool. Because you are, idiot.
うるせえ浪人生。
What does Ronin say?
なぜそれを?
They distanced themselves from me in a train-like procession. They seriously became a train just to get away from that goldfish killer. Seriously, the brats around here didn't know how to behave. Brat reference? Like the Charlie XCX album? They were innocent children. They would have wanted an adult to listen to them, and would gladly have told their story. No, I think they just can't stand you. They probably saw you torturing your poor goldfish earlier. How dare they make fun of an adult and insult the ambitious title of Ronensei? What does that mean? An annoyed groan escaped from between my clenched teeth. Bro was mad. When I came to my senses and looked around, even more cold stares were focused on me. Just leave the bathhouse at this point. Stop embarrassing yourself. Not good, you think? I sank down up to my nose in the tub and hid myself as I made my way from corner to corner. Just leave the bathhouse! Ah, not the map again. Was that to signify like he's moving? I think I get it now. Finally, he made it home. With your poor goldfish in your messy room. Without cooling off from my bath, I headed straight back to Umbachido and promptly faced my manuscript. You better watch out. KAWASE might turn into a paper airplane again. I ignored the Frogman manuscript. How dare you? That is your best manuscript by far. I was going to dive right back into continuing the Phantom in the basement, but don't continue that one, dude! As expected, I couldn't get the rumor I'd heard from those brats in Kikai bathhouse out of my head. He doesn't use an umbrella. And he wears a funny mask. I figured it was a promotion for a show, but somehow it was spot on. Spot on to what? The Phantom in the basement would curl up his large body in the cellar where he lived. Not this Phantom talk again. When the Phantom said, because I'm the Phantom, I had chills. Literal chills. Then, night after night, he would come up to the world on the surface and abduct someone on the verge of death. He had no interest in those trying to live. Who deserves to live? He would suddenly disappear when he'd been seen because he could sense the person's life force. Then how would he be able to kidnap people if he disappeared when being seen? That goes against the whole point. Just what were the Phantom in the basement's motives? I don't know, but they should torture you, in particular. Well, it's a long story, so I'll explain later. No, ah! Who is that? Who is that? Oh my gosh, it's the Frog Man! Okay.
Haruhiko-san.
Who the heck is that? The moment I sensed the presence, my hallucination, Haruhiko-san, was sitting right beside me. I don't think you're mentally well, TBH, but I could be wrong. On his shoulder was the frogman, who had shrunken down because his spiritual powers had been subdued. Who subdued his powers? Tamamori, when I get my hands on you.
何かね。
Why is he so ugly? But at least he doesn't have the same face syndrome as the other guys.
いえ、ただどうして？
筆が止まっているのはなぜかと思って出てきた所存だ。
My hallucinations were talking to me now. I really must have been tired. I thought about keeping quiet and letting it pass, but he began to thoroughly read my manuscript.
勝手に読まないでくださ
He'd
い。
be a better audience than KAWASE, so just let him. What's the worst he could say?
この怪人、確かにさっきの少年たちが話していた怪人とそっくりだな。
How would this guy know? Well, he's an hallucination, so that makes sense.
思念に姿形はない。思念とは感情と認識だけで形成されている無形の存在だ。
Wow. I have no idea what you just said, but it sounds kind of deep.
だから何の話ですか？
ここは何の町だ、玉森くん。
The old book town. It says so in the game
本
title.
の町です。
Is he stupid or what?
本とは空想、空想とは無形、空想は思念に通ず。君が地下室の怪人を描いたのは偶然ではない。
どういうことです？
怪人という無形の思念が一人歩きしているのだ。
I love how his mouth is just a rectangle. Big fan of that. Walking around on its own? If that was the case, did I get that idea from somewhere?
つまりは玉森くん、そう深く考える必要はないということだ。
I never think too hard about anything, so that shouldn't be a problem. With those last words, Haruhiko-san suddenly disappeared. Sorry, I'm stumbling on my words today. I have no idea why. What was he thinking? I have no idea. My hallucinations were something born from my subconscious, but up until now, I don't think I've ever had a hallucination leave me with words I couldn't understand. Thinking about it was pointless. After all, I probably understood it subconsciously. Well, you're better than me because I understood nothing. For the first time in my life, the idea of having a pen in my hand seemed awful, so I lay in my futon. Finally, you're not gonna finish that god-awful phantom story. I stretched out my hand to turn off the light, but I couldn't reach it. All I ended up doing was illuminating my hand. I eventually gave up and shut out the light with my own eyelids. Wow, this guy can't even turn off the light. Really is lazy. Can't clean out the fishbowl either. Someone should call, like, goldfish child support or something. It had been raining since morning. I gave my goldfish his food, but he was facing away from it as usual. He hates you! Give him some props or something in the tank! He's bored to death! Minakami once told me a fish's sense of smell was better than its vision. So eventually he'd wake up to the smell of his food. Now I think that goldfish is dead. You killed it, dude. Afterwards, I opened the shop and revised my manuscript next to the register like I usually did. For a while, I heard the shopkeeper's breathing as he slept, but once noon rolled around, I finally heard the sound of a futon being folded. So does he have his bed in the middle of the shop or not? That's what I'm confused
おは
about.
よう、玉森くん。朝からご苦労様です。
Working hard or hardly working? Ah ha ha ha! I supposed if a Ronensei made scribbling noises and muttered to himself all morning, anyone would think he was studying. Oh, the goldfish watering can is still there! Yay! Honestly, if the shopkeeper figured out all my hard work was actually bull crap, I'm sure a lecture would be inevitable. Why can't I talk today? I'm sure a lecture would be inevitable. I twirled my pen, feeling a little guilty.
今日も体調が良いので少し散歩してきます。
Good
留
for
守を
him.
お願いしますよ。
He's finally seeing the light of day.
いつもすみません。
What are you apologizing for?
え
Even the shopkeeper
客
doesn't
入りが
know.
悪いのは私のせいです。
Why would it be your fault? Unless everyone knows about your goldfish antics.
売り上げの心配をしているのかい？
すみません。
I tried to act as depressed as I could. Wow. He's the king of gaslighting over here. The shoji opened slightly and now dropped a single yen. Wow, a fortune.
これで美味しいものでも食べて元気出しなさい。
1 yen. Oh boy, oh boy. That can make anyone's day.
店主。
風邪だけはひかないようにね。
はい。
Yes, sir. Shopkeeper nodded in relief. I heard the back door open and he left. It's not like I wanted money. I was just pretending to be a poor man for the sake of the shopkeeper. What is your problem? He wanted to perform acts of kindness. He really is the king of gaslighting. With this money saved up, I mean, entrusted to me, I could buy KAWASE, manuscript paper, ink, and even go to the bathhouse. You just went to the bathhouse yesterday. How greedy are you? This guy is really dirty then. It was a happy cycle that didn't hurt anyone. You're hurting me with this boring stuff. Not this guy! Get out! God, I told my friend the next time I saw KAWASE was on site, so get ready for a knuckle sandwich, buddy. Wait, why is he asking what am I doing there? It's the shop that he works at. It would be weird for him not to be there. You get what I mean?
川瀬、来てたのか。驚かすな。
障子に話しかけるなんて、君もとうとう末期だね。
You can't be talking, buddy. You're the one who burned the manuscript.
店主に話しかけていたのだ。
姿を見せない不思議な店主。ね。本当にいるなら会わせてほしいよ。
I'm sure he wouldn't want to meet you. I mean, look at you.
どういう意味だそれは。
Seeming to lose interest, KAWASE grabbed the goldfish watering can. Oh, you better not do anything malicious with that.
何これ。いい年してブリキ
What is wrong with him?
また変な趣味を見つけた。
Tin toys at your age. You're the one making paper airplanes at your big age. You cannot be making fun of tin toys when you're like the most immature person in this game by far.
いらないよ。必要ないものはゴミと同じだ。
Wow, rude. Unessential items are the same as trash, so I don't have a good comeback. Give me like 3 to 7 business days to think of one. Yeah, honestly, even I thought it was trash. Rude! It's cute. I would honestly buy it. I've already mentioned that in the last video, but still, it's cute.
だがその金魚じょうろと同じくらい不要な本だったのだ。
Wow, you're insulting a book now when you're working at a bookstore. Just wait until the shopkeeper hears about this. I have his number on speed dial.
自動書なんてあったっけ？
Why is he insulting children's books now? Does he have no sense of joy or whimsy?
ドグラマグラ、夢の旧作の最新刊だ。
What?
子供だね。
That's a kid with some bad taste. Do not talk about the eye patch man like that.
いや、
I will
買っ
protect
ていった
him.
のは24、5の男だった。
Wow, that's specific.
大人？
That's specific, Tamamori.
玉森君、それ
Did he
騙されちゃった
swindle you? No, he gave that cute goldfish watering can as a payment. Weren't you listening?
だから別に構わん。ドグラマグラだって水上が勝手に置いていったものだし。
じゃあ、ゴミだけ残ったわけか。
Well, you're here, so you're the only piece of trash I see. Though, when I got a better look at it, the goldfish watering can did have cute eyes. Finally, you're making sense. You're operating on my wavelength. The pattern looked hand-painted, and it seemed like it would have some warmth to it and start swimming around at any moment if you were to touch it. I was starting to feel bad about calling it trash over and over again. Finally! It's being reasonable. That guy with the eye patch had really seemed to treasure it. Aww. He had raised this little guy with all his love. So you should treasure it. When I snatched it back from KAWASE, I stuffed it into my pocket with the intention of warming it up. Finally, you're not using your sleeves for storing stuff.
うわ、もう大事にしてる。
God, I hate that look on his face. You know everyone has the same face syndrome, but he's the ugliest in particular. That might be my bias talking, but he's really ugly.
そうだね。人には
Ugh, I hate his
いろんな
smile
思考
too. I'm sorry. All I did for like the first part of the video yesterday was insult him, so I need to get some new material. Wasn't that sentiment a little too late at this point? Without asking, he snatched the manuscript next to the register and began to slowly walk around the shop. Why would he do that? Give it back, you bully. When he finished reading a page, he discarded it like a girl playing he loves me not" with flower petals. Wow, and he had the audacity to insult children, books and toys when he's over here playing little girl games.
おい
Double standards king over here.
ああ、失礼。今日も京都で羽のように軽い原稿
Light
だ。
as a feather too, huh?
原稿を汚すな後で水上にも読ませるのだぞ
How dare he get it
あいつ
dirty?
は文字が書いてあれば何でも喜ぶさ。それこそ
What?
日記だって喜んで読むだろうね。
Well, I'd probably... Any normal person would probably enjoy reading that. Probably be really inspiring. Kawase discarded one page after another as I crawled after him, picking them up. When I happened to look up, he was staring down at me coldly. You should bite his leg while you're down there. He'll never suspect it.
書ききれなかったのだ
Yeah, he was having like a bad hallucination attack yesterday. How could you expect him to finish?
また不完全なものを見せようと
Oh, not the detective line. Your
勝手
mom
に
is
見たのはお前
defective.
だろ
Oh.
だから私は今からそれについて説明をしようと
君の取り柄はバカみたいな執筆の速さだ。どうも信じられないな。
Well, I can't argue with that. I don't think Tamamori has any other redeeming traits aside from appreciating that goldfish watering can. He let go of the last page, then went past me and headed upstairs. Why does this guy think he owns the place now?
おい待てってな
Get him out of the protag's room! I crumpled another manuscript page under my hand. I must have looked so pitiful. You really do. You do look very pitiful. I gathered up the manuscript pages, brushing the dirt and rain from them as I went, but the frogman was stepping on one of them. Frogman! Save me, frogman! Oh my god, no! Don't kill him! Hey. Stop being mean to him again. I can't take this frogman slander. The frogman was looking in shock at the staircase Kawase had vanished up. Ugh, what a stubborn and stupid hallucination. What a stubborn and stupid protagonist. I blew a puff of air, and he turned to dust and disappeared. No, frogman, come back, please. You're the saving grace of this game. Why is he in the room? Get him out. When I finally caught up with him upstairs, I was surprised to see he was sitting there quietly. Wow, that's so unlike him. I thought he'd throw the goldfish out of the window by now. Here's some other Chinese acts. My newest manuscript, the story about the used bookstore owner and the frogman, was in his hands. Ugh. Oh, the music stopped. This is gonna be good. Amazingly, Kawase wasn't discarding it. He was speed reading it thoroughly, in his usual way. Well, yeah, it's way better than the Phantom story, to be honest. The silence was so deep that it felt like I could even hear his eyes move. Every once in a while, his mouth would open in astonishment, and his breathing would become shallow. I held my own breath as I watched him. Dang, dude, say something. Break the tension. No way. There was no way. Had I finally been able to tug at his heartstrings? He's gonna throw it out the window. Just watch. Just watch. My throat tightened with a slightly premature hope and sense of accomplishment. Don't get your hopes up yet, buddy. I desperately swallowed it down and waited for him to speak. Finally, he let out a sigh.
これって
Not everything revolves around you, Kawase.
え
俺とあいつのことだろ。
About me and him.
え
Huh. My genuine reaction. Kawase didn't move a muscle as his smile widened. Ugh, creepo alert. Him? Who? This guy. Who? Well, he hadn't actually said this guy. Yeah, so stop spreading misinformation. At any rate, I couldn't figure out why he was smiling. That's so rare of him.
何を読んだんだ
何ってここにあった原稿だよ。
Why would you think that's about you? Is Kawase a frog and I didn't realize it? Have I been hallucinating this whole time like Tamakami? Tamamori. I'm sorry. Ignore that horrific name, Butcher. So who did he mean by me and him? He's obviously a frog, just waiting for a prince to kiss him and he'll turn into a normal functioning member of society. Okay, pucker up, Tamamori. I could see his dark nature through his usual smile. Suddenly, the ground shook. Not again. It was an earthquake. Even I could tell this time. Finally, you realize that it's not a car. The Kawase's gaze didn't move an inch as he continued to look at me and smile. He's gonna kill you. Watch out.
自分が死んでいることを知らないかわいそうなカエルだ。でも無理ないよね。
No, poor frog.
橋から突き落とされたとしても、下は川だから。カエルは水生生物だ。元ある世界に投げ出されて。
No, duh.
死ぬわけだ。
Does he think we're fifth graders?
私は死んだと思った。
I thought it died. You thought, buddy. Suddenly, my memories flew from my mouth. Not the trauma dumping scene again. Wait, this is Kawase's version. No! No one wants to hear about his trauma dumping. This is just like Jake Disventure Camp all over again. No one wants to listen to you, buddy. A long time ago in the country, I saw Kawase drop a frog from a bridge. Why would he do that? Okay, now I understand why he was saying it's about me and him, but still, that's harsh, dude. Why would you do that? The frog, knocked around by the harsh wind and rain, had fallen quietly, soundlessly, into the river and floated away. I thought it had died. I thought he killed it. And you're still friends with him after he mercilessly killed a frog? You have some weird taste in friends. Come to think of it, I had a feeling Kawase had looked at me and smiled that day too. Ugh! He's a cold-blooded killer. Yeah, that's a fun laugh.
その気持ち悪い笑い方やめろっつっただろ。
Creepy laugh. You're the one with those creepy eyes. Nya-ha-ha-ha. This story somehow ended with the frogman becoming the shopkeeper's assistant. That's what should happen in this story. Frogman should become the shopkeeper's assistant, replace that idiot Tamamori. Even though it was a story that overflowed with happiness, Kawase carefully and thoroughly ripped it apart and threw it away without reading to the end. I told you he wasn't gonna like it. You're lucky he didn't throw it out the window this time. Could have said, hey, or stop, or wait. There were plenty of things I could have said to stop him, but I just watched. Actually, I felt this was punishment I deserved. I felt as though it was better that only the manuscript was bearing the brunt of his rage. You're lucky he's not attacking the goldfish. You're lucky he didn't throw the goldfish out the window like he did to that poor frog. Even though we were friends, even though we could joke around with each other, there were times that Kawase scared me. Times? More like every single day. In that moment, where I was even too afraid to breathe, I realized something. That's the problem you have with him? Okay, why are we talking about bare feet? Enough of this. Stop this madness. Ugh, why is he on the futon? I can't believe they mentioned feet like 3 times in the past 5 messages. Lines of dialogue, whatever. Kawase said as he sat down on the desk beside the window and looked outside. I could tell from his eyes that he was in a bad mood. You think? Normally you're more what? Finish that sentence. I dare you. Blatantly snide with me, right? Kawase kept his face turned away as he continued speaking, his words limp. No, and I do not care. Next question, buddy. What side is he talking about? What is blood waffling about? That side of me? The cool and awesome side, right? That's what I'm talking about. Kawase's a real one. I think everyone in this story is insane. Just a little bit.
困る人もいるんだよ。
That some people... Gee, I wonder who? It's not like they're standing right in front of him. Did I upset Kawase? What he had just said was pretty serious, so I was starting to feel kind of bad.
なあ、すまない。許してくれ、川瀬。
Forgive him, please. Have some compassion in your heart. Kawase's gloomy face was reflected in the dingy window. Clean your windows, dude. He called me and pointed to something outside.
みなかみが来たみたいだよ。
Finally, a reasonable character.
みなかみ
Okay, no straight person says someone's name like that. That's all I have to say.
どうしたんだ血相変えて
Dude, they're like paper white. They always look pale.
それよりほら、この前の続きの
Everyone,
原稿で
every single character has the same hair color, skin color, face shape, same clothing color. Like, you can't be calling someone else pale when you look like a chic ghost.
おお
Oh. Minakami's face relaxed as he immediately dove into the manuscript. He'll certainly be better audience than Kawase. Great, now he's here again. At that point, Kawase came down and Minakami gave him a troubled look.
久しぶりだな川瀬
いや、久しぶり。
Minakami should kill him, honestly. Kawase wasn't giving off that mood from earlier. Somehow, even he seemed to be back to normal. Finally! However, their conversation, which felt like it was between two strangers rather than friends, made me uncomfortable for a different reason.
3人揃うのは1ヶ月ぶりだね。
Wow, a month. That's so long.
一番忙しいのはみなかみだろ。
俺いやそんなことはないよ昨日も今日も顔を出した
3
し
times a week.
週
Wow.
に3回はここに来てるんじゃないか
How is he able to read 3,000 books with his eyes closed?
私と川瀬は
That's what people should be talking about. Kawase and I see each other every day. Why would you willingly subject yourself to that guy? Talking to that guy every day.
暇だなお前らも
悪かったな。
It wasn't like we planned it or anything, but if I happened to go to the cafe, Kawase would already be there. The opposite had happened before too. Although that may have meant that we actually did have a lot of free time. You
とこ
think?
ろで君、聖望は
Where's your uniform cap?
はあ
Minakami suddenly touched his head as if he had just realized something was
ど
off.
こかに置いてきたのかな
You just realized that he didn't have a hat on? God, these guys are hopeless.
またなくしたのかというか、まだ見つかってないんじゃないのか
なくした毎日被る聖
Yeah,
望
how can you lose a cap that's on your head every day?
正直言うとまだ見つかってない
Well, it'd be hard to find it
電
anyway
車の
since
中
his
に
eyes are
忘れ
always
て
closed.
それっきりだ
君も結構抜けてるね。
Wow!
風は玉森くんから移されたんじゃない
Did you catch?
そう
Did
か
you
もし
just
れない
fly in from Stupid Town, buddy?
うんじゃないだろう。否定しろ否定を。
Yeah, you should deny it. I've mentioned it before, but Minakami was an avid reader. Wow, I did not know that. I was completely clueless to that fact about him. He probably focused on his reading more than anything else. The most amazing thing about him was how, once something captured his attention, he became blind to everything else around him. You could grab him by the shoulders and shake him, but unless his book closed at some point, he wouldn't stop reading. There were also times he could continue holding a conversation as he read.
この前はお相屋と真正面からぶつかってたな。
Into the what? The Night Soil Man? It sounds like some
Hmm.
crappy
あれは
supervillain.
本当に申し訳なかった
なるほどね。
Don't go outside at
だから
3 a.m.
そ
or
ん
the
なに
Night
くたびれてる
Soil
んだ
Man will catch you
君のせい
and make you pay. What? Compared to Kawase's, Minakami's uniform was slightly faded. Really? They're like the same exact color. Are you serious? There was a difference between high-grade nori and the cheap yellow-tinted nori, but, well, in the end, they tasted the same. Kawase put on his cap and nori-like mantle.
さて、
Wow.
のくだらない小説も
He
破
looks
り捨て
bad
た
with the
し、
cap on too.
俺はコーヒーでも飲みに行こうかな。
一仕事終えたみたいに言うな。
コーヒーって例の
Is there any
神田
other
橋にある
coffee
カフェ
place? I didn't think so.
そう。俺も玉森くんもずっとあそこのコーヒーにハマって練習をしてるんだ。
You've been training his sensitive tongue? What on earth do you mean by that?
また意地悪なことを。
それじゃあね。みなかみにとことん甘やかされるといいよ。
Kawase opened his umbrella and left in a hurry. Why had he even come? Just to rip up my manuscript? You shouldn't even wonder that anymore. It's like a daily occurrence at this point.
川瀬の批評はどうなったんだ？
What do you mean, how was it? He just said he ripped it up!
別に何も、なんてことはない。
He's just so used to him hating on him.
そうか。ひどく言われ
Yeah,
た。
exactly. Minakami seems to have figured it out. Probably guessed it earlier. Yeah, when he blatantly said it right out in the open. I glanced at him hopefully, but he didn't seem to be looking over my manuscript.
なあ玉森、やっぱりこの原稿持ち帰ってもいいか？
Where are you gonna take it?
ああ、構わないか。
講義の合間に出てきたんだ。すぐに戻らな
He's
い
gonna
と。
finish the manuscript?
夜の活動には行けるのか？
Oh yeah, the movie. The date thing, like the Steam achievement said.
ならいいのだ。
それまで俺の代わりになりそうなものを持ってきたんだ。
He handed me 5 reference books. Ugh, 5 books? God, I hate
お
reading.
い、
Hate reading when I'm tasked to do it, I mean.
そう不機嫌な顔をするな。これは英文小説だから意味がわかれば
English
楽しめると思うぞ。
Wow, I wonder if you gave him the Hunger Games.
そうでもなさそうだな。
うるさい。急いでるならさっさと行け。
Wow! You should be having that attitude with Kawase, not poor Minakami.
ごめん、そうするよ。
Minakami smiled again and left. He was normally calm and easygoing, but today he seemed pretty busy. He wasn't busy enough to not stop. I messed up. He wasn't busy enough to not stop by here. Of course, that was dangerous since he was prone to ignoring his surroundings. Come to think of it, something like that had happened a long time ago. He had been walking aimlessly on his way back home from school while reading one of my manuscripts, so I was escorting him. Wow, he was writing terrible stuff all the way back then? How has he not improved yet? Kawase had looked at us coldly and asked, "What are you guys doing?" Wow. Kawase is being Kawase as usual. No surprises there. I want to kill him. But if I hadn't been there, Minakami could have been attacked by a wild boar or fall into a rice paddy. Dude, do you think he's like 10 years old? You think he has no sense of direction? Like, I'm pretty sure any normal person would detect a wild boar and like flee accordingly, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, whenever Minakami was focused on something with all his heart, bad things happened. Oh dear. I immediately went after him.
みなかみ。
どうした？
Bro wants him so bad. Minakami raised his voice a little, even though he was worried about people staring.
停滞に戻るんだろ。
ああ。
水道橋まで送る。
He really does want him.
いいよ。店を開けっぱなしで出たらさすがに怒
Who
られる
cares
ぞ。
about the rules, right?
店主は出かけている。どうせ客も来ない。
How does he know that? What about the eye patch guy? Or is it too
Didn't
early
look
for the
like
eye patch guy to show up? I closed the shop doors. No! Minakami turned towards me, amazed. Then he slowly approached me.
客が来ないなら、来
Oh,
な
he
い
has
な
an
りに勉
umbrella
強
now.
でも。
Cool.
新しい物語の構想が昨日浮かんだのだ。
They both have umbrellas. Wow. There was a long silence. I knew the words Minakami was weak to. Huh? Not this stupid map again. I ended up accompanying Minakami walking down Hakusan Street.
で、そのカエル男は言うのだ。
He's talking about the frogman, seriously?
自我を取り
Now
戻
you
すのだ
finally know peak fiction.
そう、カエル男は人間であったことを思い出し、自分を殺した男に復讐するのだ。そしてその後、カエル男は
So he's gonna get his revenge on you? Dude,
それで
is that gonna be your fate?
この物語は終わる。
The frogman should kill him, to be honest. He should be the protagonist of the story, not this stupid Tamamori guy.
そうかなかなか怪奇な話だった
What?
コンペイトーで口を切り
Is that a compliment or an insult?
の苦さを感じるような
He's less straightforward than Kawase, that's for sure.
うむ。
It was an everyday thing, but I could never really understand Minakami's critiques. Me neither. Perhaps because he was the son of a brewer, he had a sensitive tongue, and he often compared my stories to flavors and cooking. That's kind of cool. There were always impressions I didn't quite understand, but I could at least tell that he liked me.
お前は黙って聞いてくれるのだな。
黙って聞かずにはいられないよお前の話はいつも面
Finally,
白い
someone who appreciates his stories. Kawase needs to take notes.
だが、川瀬はその原稿を破り捨てたぞ。
He's just a hater. Have you not realized that yet? You guys have been friends for years.
Eh?
He's always acted like that. Minakami turned around when I stopped. We had reached Suido Bridge before I knew it.
ありえないあいつなんてこと
No way. How could he?
いいのだ。
The frogman is
どうせ
the
猫も
best
さ
character ever. How could he rip up something with him in it? Not even a cat would
犬
eat
も
it.
掴んだろ
What? Nobody would
どっち
eat
だって
it.
いいだろう。雑食は雑食だ。
Wow, this guy hates animals.
それもそうだなだが畜生もつかないものを吸いてる俺は
Minakami's like
一体何なんだ？
the goldfish then.
よっぽどの変人。
Wow. After he complimented your story, you just decided to call him a weirdo? Wow, Tamamori, not cool. Not cool at all. Minakami was a nice guy. I always thought Kawase and I were total opposites, but even Minakami and I were completely different people. You should be friends with normal people for once. That'd save you from so much stress. Kawase and I were duking it out in the Asura domain, but Minakami was looking down on us from the Deva domain. More like the Diva domain. Ha ha ha. Minakami laughed as he left. No, where are you going? Come back. No intention of saying anything else. I also turned around. But why? Why did my heart race with every step I took away from him? I think it's because you like him, want to kiss him so bad that you can't stand it. I immediately turned back around. Suido Bridge was there, as usual. Minakami had already disappeared into the crowd. No, the love of your life is gone! How could you possibly manage? From there, I rode the streetcar. Even if I went back to the shop, the only customer would be the guy with the eye patch. Go back now! Go back now! Please! I didn't even notice the rain. I figured that lie wouldn't work. There were plenty of excuses I could make so the shopkeeper would forgive me. The gaslighting trade-off is back again, dang it. I went way past Jimbocho and Umbachido and got off at Kanda Bridge. I saw Kawase's head through the window. Ugh, not this guy again, not this cafe. I came in and sat across from him without waiting for his server. Kawase's face twitched as he closed his book. Dude hates
な
him.
んで来たの
Yeah, go back to the shop.
お昼休みだ。それより何を読んでいたんだ？
知り合いの知り合いから借りた小説
An
だよ
acquaintance of an acquaintance. Seriously? Kawase tossed it at me, annoyed. He wasn't treating it like something he borrowed.
あ、ウォーマン。
A woman?
あ、ウーマン・イン・グレイ
A woman in gray.
冷凍の原作といえば君にもわかりやすいか
Nah, I think he's stupid.
それなら私も読んだぞ。
I don't think you read it. I looked through it again, but I couldn't understand the English writing after all.
ほんとバカだね君。ページ
Wow.
左からでしょ。
How dare he mess up something so
分
simple.
かってる。ただぼーっとしていただけだ。
Just stop pretending like
君に勉強を教えるのは浅い皿に水
what kind of metaphor is that?
意味がわからん。
Me neither, dude. Me neither.
今まさに水がこぼれたよ。
Just stop it with that.
わからん。というか、私はこんなくだらないことを
Finally snapping back. We'd love to see it. I put the book on the tabletop and pushed it towards KAWASE.
田舎見のことだ。最近のあいつおかしいと思わない
He's always been acting strange. I don't know what you could be talking about.
今
Well,
日もそうだ。
everyone in the story is
さっき来
strange.
て、さっ
Except
き
for
帰
the
った。
frog man. Just came and left. That's how.
大方講義
What did you want him to do? Stay around and
頑張ってくれ
party
ないから
for the whole
すね
day?
るのよ
Oh yeah, tell him.
拗ねてなどいない。講義があるとは確かに言っていたが、いつものあいつなら講義をすっぽかしてまで私の原稿を読むはずなのに。
Wow, you hate it when people are studious, huh? Your shop should close down from your greed.
一体何考えて
だから、いいしえの違和感を感じ
That's
るの
off.
だ。
Wanting to go to classes should be a top priority.
君の方がおかしいっていう考えはないの
Yeah.
なんだと。
Normally, I do not agree with Kawase, but he has a point there.
って君をバカにしたいところ
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
あいつが
He
おかしい
was
のは
always
ずっと前だよ
strange.
久しぶりなんて嘘だ俺は帝大で何度も水上を見かけてるよあいつだ
Oh,
って
he's
俺を見かけてるだろ
lying.
なのに久しぶり。
Probably forgot because he
俺を
maybe he
避け
just wanted to ignore you and get out of your sight. Been avoiding me. Good. I'd avoid you too. Kawase lit a fresh match. Cigarette smoke gently drifted about. I brushed it away with my hand as I questioned Kawase.
避けるお前を
Why are you acting like it's such a shock to avoid him?
この前
Personally, if I knew
閲覧
this
室で
guy in
や
real
つ
life,
を
I'd
見つけた
avoid him like the plague. He was in my classes, I ditched
俺が
them.
本を選んで戻っ
Like
てくる
Mina
ま
Kami
での
ditches them to
間
read some Memori's manuscripts. Wow, he left? That's such a shocker.
どういうことだ。
俺に話しかけられると思って
I could see why. The more I heard, the less I understood. It wasn't in Mina Kami's personality to dislike anyone. Well, I understand him. I dislike Kawase too. No matter how much of a brute Kawase was, I didn't think Mina Kami would do something so blatant.
さっき問い詰めてやればよかったな。
そんな野暮なことするわけないでしょだからここまで引いてやったのに
Kawase let out a smoke-filled sigh. Ew! Take a minute, please. No one wants to smell that raggedy breath. I couldn't believe he'd actually had a conversation with Mina Kami with that on his mind.
だがな。お前はいつからそう思っていたんだ？
帝大に受かってからかな
Well, I don't know when that was.
1年も前からか
Oh, over a year. Thank you for answering my question. He was a familiar face from the same village. They'd even spent time to— What? Huh? I don't want to know what they mean by that. I do not want to know. I don't even want to say that. I pulled the ticket out from my pocket and scooted it towards Kawase.
狂える悪魔
Oh, the ticket. Good for you. Good for you.
夜、東洋記念まで水上と待ち合わせしている。
Now I understand why the Steam achievement said it was a date. Because Minakami and Tamamori have so much gay tension. It's unbearable. I want to shout slurs at them. YouTube would demonetize me.
幽霊と読んでいるくせに何を言う？
You're reading Yuri? Wow, that's so based.
だから知り合いの知り合いに押し付けられただけだ ちょうど今読み終わったところだ。
Wow, you finished reading a book that wasn't your cup
あ
of
んまり
tea?
好みじゃないね。
That guy is lying!
貴様ルイコのようなものなのか
Wow.
俺が読んだのは原作。アリス・マリエル・ウィリアムソンの方だ。ルイコの方は読む気
Well, you should read Roiko. I just butchered that name so bad. I'm not even gonna try to say it again. Let's just pretend that never
ちょ
happened.
っと待て幽霊島の原作は
The
ファントム
Phantom.
タワーちょは
The Phantom, like from the manuscript? No freaking way.
ルイコは嘘をついたんだ。
Wow. You probably lied. What's with the story and with the characters and lying in this
幽
story?
霊島は連載ものだから完結した原作によってネタバレされないように配慮したんだろう。
そうだとしてもだなぜ完結した今も原作者を公にしないのだろう。
さあこの功績を自分のものだけにしたいんじゃないか。
Story is weird. These guys are weird. Get me out of here. Where's the eye patch guy?
君だったらそうしそうだと思って。
失礼
Rude.
いやしかしお前の知り合いの知り合いってやつはなかなか知見のある男なのだな。巷で幽霊島の原作はどこにあるかと騒がれている中で正解を見
Wow,
つ
he
けるとは
found out the truth.
けど本当のところはどうなんだろうね。俺はルイコの方を読んでいないから照合できない。
Why are we still talking about this story? When does... Can we go back to the hallucinations and the fighting again? I don't want to sit through this.
じゃあどこから答え合わせをしようか。
Stop smiling at me like that, you idiot. England, ugh! I hate British people, not gonna lie.
イギリス。
主人公はマルベ・ドークロー
I'm not gonna even try pronouncing that name. I butchered the last one so bad.
そうもうこの時点で違う。
はあ、日本人向けに主人公の名前変えるなんてよくあることでしょ。
あ、そうか。
That's like
じゃあ
changing
怪美人として
Deku's
登場
name
した
to like
女の
Frank or something. The beautiful, mysterious woman. Humana, humana.
ホープって名前を比べても無意味だって言ってるだろう。
Danganronpa reference? No way. What if Kawase was actually Nagito in a wig?
怪しい医者の名前は
That'd be insane, not gonna lie. Sure would be so much better.
ポールレベル。だから
お、そこは一緒なんだな。
そんなことより物語の顛末を照合した方が手っ取り早い。
怪美人の正体は松谷秀子でも和田お夏でもなく丸部春子で。
ダークムアのいとこだった。
Who? Who are these people? Ooh, the beautiful, mysterious woman's true identity, which was always in question, seemed to be the same. Definitely. But most importantly, they were the main characters, Darkmoor and Dokuro. Even the pronunciation was similar. Why do they care so much?
ルイコがこれを公にしなかったのは利権や功績も関係なしにこの物語を自分だけのものにしたかった。
You realize that now, after we spent like 10 minutes talking about it? If I could get away with the same thing because it was a translation, I would definitely do it too. If I had been the first person to read A Woman in Grey, I would have made sure no one ever found out about the original story. Wow, that's not a good mindset to have. Okay? Plagiarizing King, you should be kicked out of your university for that. They were concerned about the rights or credit. They wouldn't attach the name of the original author in the first place, even if it was fake. Fake reference? I'm sorry. The truly stingy, worst kind of writers were those who plagiarized and never mentioned the original author's name at all. The worst kind of authors are people who plagiarize in
私は
general!
ますます素直でけなげなルイコが好きだ。
Girl, are you serious?
何が素直
How? Yeah, how is he honest or pure? That wasn't even his story! He just changed a few words around. How does that make it his own? Are they stupid? Kawase took a long drag from his cigarette. Once it had burned all the way to his mouth, he puffed out a huge gust of smoke.
で、
Right in his face, ew.
今はどうでもいいのだ。今日の夜、3人で
Oh,
活
the
動写
music
真に行こ
stopped. This is gonna be
う。そうすれ
good.
ば、あいつのぎこちなさも、
It
何を笑う
was an awfully chilling smile. At any rate, I could tell he wasn't interested. Yeah, why are you trying to push him to go? He said he wasn't interested in horror movies anyway. I put the ticket away, but he smiled even wider.
だから何なのだ。
みなかみは君のことを
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, he has a crush on you.
だから俺と君が一緒にいるのは
意味がわからん。
Him and Tamamori should like passionately kiss during the movies. TBH. You've got some weird tastes. You hated on that poor waitress for no reason. I'm not sure what you consider pretty. Kawase was giving me the creeps. He does that to me every day. Every single day.
自分が避けられる理由を真面目に考えろ、川瀬。
I don't think he needs to think hard about that.
真面目に考えてこの結果だよ
Jealous of you? Who in their right mind would be jealous of the worst human being alive? The poor sap. What are you, 50?
それは結果でもなく悪口だ。だが、
It would be funny if I turned the joke around on him. You should do it. Do it.
お前だって
Do it, you
人のこと
coward.
言えるのか？
Are you want to talk? I said, motioning past Kawase with my chin. In front of the counter were 3 waitresses huddling together and squealing. Ugh. Of course, that waitress with the handkerchief was in the middle. To be honest, they were all cute, adorable even. So true. People should appreciate women more often. They're the backbone of society. Anyone would be crazy to be adored by these young ladies and not make a move on them.
あんな小娘興味ない
Rude.
下心は？
Well, if you're not gonna make a move, I will. Hello, ladies.
しょんべん臭いでは嫌い
Huh? My genuine reaction. What on earth is this guy talking about? How can I put it? Kawase was over the top. You're just now realizing this. The remarks he spat out were always sarcastic. I wasn't the only one who felt that way either. At the cafe, he would wipe his spoon with a napkin over and over again. But the worst was when he'd ask who had prepared his food. Honestly, made me want to scare the heck out of Kawase at least once.
私は
How are you gonna scare him? You're gonna put on like a ghost outfit and go boo. Ew! Why would you? Oh, is that a lie to scare him?
頭が痒ければボリボリと素手で書く。
Ew, how could he possibly do that? I eagerly went to touch Kawase's hand. When I did, he suddenly grabbed me and... What? 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 Huh? What? Why would he do that right after he said he didn't wash his hands? Is he gross? Okay, when I did, he suddenly grabbed me and brought his lips close to the back of my... Ugh.
君は特別だ
Ugh. Gross!
とでも言うと思った
Okay, good. Thank God he's lying. Thank God. Right when I thought he was going to touch his lips to my hand, he made a sound in his throat and spat on it. Okay, this is like the only good Kawase moment. This is the only good Kawase
手
moment.
は洗ってるよふやけるまでね
Good. Good.
潔癖症もそこまで来ると人間不信だな。
Misanthropy?
君みたいな不潔な人間がいるから嫌でもこ
Well,
うな
yeah, didn't he like say in the last video that he didn't shower for a whole day?
信じられるのは自分だけ。あ？
それは語弊がある
Why would he do that?
触れられるのは花沢くらいか？
Isn't Hanazawa the only one you could touch? What?
花沢って
Ah.
どうしたのいきなりアホみたいな声がして
Every word out of your mouth is a really stupid noise. Something has suddenly occurred to me. Not the trauma dumping thing. Who's Hanazawa? Am I stupid? Am I stupid? Who is that? Who is that? Has he ever been mentioned? I'm so confused. There was one more friend we all had in common, Hanazawa. He was 3 years older than us, so he would silently guide our unruly and rambunctious group. If Hanazawa said something, even that animal Kawase would obediently listen. So you're just calling him a dog now? Even after you said you didn't wash your hands and pick your nose? Even now, Kawase would lower his eyes if he heard Hanazawa's name. Hanazawa, who was the first of us to graduate from middle school, left the Aizu as a boy to enroll in a military academy. We hadn't seen or heard from him in 8 years. Geez, so why is he still on your mind? Ooh. It's been 8 years. Why would he meet up with someone out of the blue? Oh.
いや、それはないよ。
きっとそうだ。私たち以外の旧友なんて花沢しかいないだろ。
Wow, he must be a loser. I'm sorry.
嘘でもついたのか。
What is with the story and lying? There's been like 20 lies so far.
嘘?
For some reason, Kawase's smile suddenly widened. Not again. Someone needs to put this guy down.
その
Ugh.
女は本当にただの知人で、君に嫉妬させたくないから。
Met up with a woman. Ooh.
だからさっきから嫉妬って女とか何なのだ。私は水上に
Wow, why are you immediately jumping to that conclusion after you said he was going to meet up with a woman? Hmm? Hmm? And I also didn't think Minakami had met some woman. Hmm. Kawase's smile got even wider.
鈍感にも程があるだろう、君。
So just admit that you like him.
何?
They're crushing hard on each other.
だってよく考えてみなよ。いくら病的な愛所家だって、つまらない話を手放して喜べるわけないだろう。
Yeah, so you're just saying Tamamori's manuscripts aren't bad and that he's been a hater for no reason? I'm proud of his self-discovery arc.
何が言いたいのだ?
How long is this cafe scene gonna be?
だからさっきも言
I
った
felt like 3 hours has passed, even though it's probably been like 15 minutes.
君がクソみたいな小説を書こうと適当に喜べば。
Ooh, he likes him. Don't insult the stories like that. It has Frogman. That alone makes the story a masterpiece by default.
意味がわからん。
愚鈍だね。
You're such a
奴
moron.
が君を褒めるのはおべっかだと。
No, his praise is genuine praise, and you're just a hater.
ベッカ?
Tamamori should just hurl a giant boulder at him, and all of our problems would be solved.
水上は
This game
君を
would be
喜ばせ
so
る
much
ため
better
に
if Kawase didn't
君の原稿を
open
楽
his
しむふり
stupid
をして
mouth
いたという
anymore.
ことさ。
だが待て。なら、水上は私のどこに惹かれたと言うんだ?
You're just now realizing that? He wants you so bad.
私の魅力は奇想天外な空想力でできていると思っている。しかしその魅力を
Probably
否定
into
するな
guys
ら
with glasses.
水上は
That's what
一
it
体
is.
私のどこに惹かれたというのだ?
それは
Well, even he doesn't know. There's nothing remotely attractive about it.
一つも何もない。
That's what I'm saying. Kawase's serious face looked unusually perplexed. There really isn't a serious. I'm stumbling all over my words. There really isn't a good thing about him. When I realized he was making that expression because he was trying so hard to figure out what Minakami found so great about me, I feel like Kawase was looking at the face of a worthless idiot. Because he is. This is like idiot to idiot communication. Still, I never thought the first argument I'd ever win against Kawase would be over something like this. You won an argument against him? Wait, the first argument? He beat you for countless times? No matter how long I waited for his comeback, it didn't seem to be on its way. Kawase just said he didn't know what was good about him at all. That he had no attractive traits. How is that winning an argument? He just roasted you into oblivion. I honestly wish he would object, but I wouldn't have been able to stand that either.
ともかくいい加減にしろ。カゼ、お前だって見たことないだけだろ。
Admit that he's cool and attractive and good at
今必死に探して
manuscripts.
るんだから。玉森君のいいところさ。
Something good about you.
水上がこっそり花沢と会っていることに嫉妬して、お前は事実無根
You're
を
still on about that? Jesus.
なんだって。
Bro is pondering hard, trying to think of a good thing about him.
違う。撤
Oh,
回しろ。
he's serious?
めめ
He thought school was for one day only. He's mad. Yeah, he's
いい加減
petty like
黙れよ
24/7. Oh, kill him. Kill him. Boy, did we both have mud on our faces. But their faces are clean. Is he stupid? And realized neither of us had a left leg to stand on. We both fell silent. But they both have left legs. Are they stupid? I love reusing the same joke with one line. Then we looked up out the window and sighed.
暇だな。
We must really be bored. Just like what I am right now, reading this.
こうも苛立つのは低気圧のせいだ。
いつまで続くん
Yeah,
だ
your
ろう
bad
ね
mood sure is infectious.
この雨は
This is so boring. Oh my god, is it finally? No! I thought it was over! Afterwards, Kawase left the cafe to go to his lectures at the Imperial University, and I was left to pass the time on my own. Whenever I was left alone like this, I would usually recall Kawase's annoying face and brood. Wow, he's just on your mind 24/7. No wonder Kawase said Minakami liked him. But for once, the one on my mind was Minakami! I know what he is. I know what they are. I know what they are. Just who was the old friend he met up with yesterday? None of your business. This is Minakami, so I don't think he would have plans to see a woman. Wow! Wow, dude. He couldn't even look Madame Oizumi directly in the eye. There's just no way. Therefore, the most probable person was Hanazawa. It could only be him. But it's been 8 years. Meeting up with a friend after 8 years has passed is just... I wouldn't do it personally, because it's been way too long. But if Minakami really had gone to meet up with him, why hadn't he told me anything about it? He's jealous? How cold. It made me sort of uncomfortable. The waitress suddenly brought out my omelet rice. About time.
遅いぞ。
すみません。
What on earth is that
忘れ
voice?
てました。
She forgot! Compared to how she was with Kawase, her attitude towards me was completely different. I stuffed my mouth with omelet rice as I stared out the window.
なんだ、まだいたのか。
Wow, don't be rude towards that
あな
lovely
たと
lady.
帝大生さんって一体どんな関係なんですか？
What on earth is that question? I immediately knew what her intentions were.
友人だ。
じゃあどこに
What?
出ます？
This girl is freaky!
知ってどうする？
カルスピお付けします。
Throwing a calopsy. Seriously. This girl is a deranged stalker. We set the calopsy in her hand down with a clunk.
本郷三丁目に大きめの洋館があるだろう。わからなければ
Bro, seriously doxing him for a drink? Have some standards, man.
そこにお住まいで？
家族の邸宅だ。知らぬ者はおらんだろうな。
そうなんですか。家族の家なんて憧れる。女中さんとか執事とか。
いや、一人だ。
He's alone? Oh, it
家
must be
族の大
miserable.
きい邸宅にだ。
ああ、わけあって今は一人で。
Wait, what was I going on about? I emptied my glass in one gulp and gave it back to the waitress, then shooed her away with the back of my hand. He really does anything for a stupid drink.
もっと詳しく聞かせてくださいよ。
Why does she want him so bad after he publicly humiliated her yesterday?
わかりました。ありがとうございます。
The waitress said, leaving in a huff. She was definitely gonna go to Kawase's house. I didn't know what she would do when she got there, but it would be pretty funny if she ended up bothering him somehow. Seriously, dude? You're an awful friend. I know Kawase is awful as well, but that's just uncalled for to send some rabid woman towards his house. Still, what exactly did that waitress see in Kawase? Exactly! There was what happened yesterday, and now she wanted to get even closer to him. What a freak. That's what I said! Haruhiko-san, the frogman, suddenly appeared in front of me. Frogman! Yeah, this has been going on for like an hour.
春彦さんとカエル男。
君はあの女給を気にしているようだな。
Ooh, hoo, hoo, that
別に特
waitress.
別な気持ちはありません。 確かに可愛い子だとは思っていました
Yeah,
が
that she's insane towards Kawase. That's definitely something a little off about her.
違和感
I looked at the waitress's back.
あれカツラ
A
です
wig?
帰ろう
Dang, I messed up. We gotta go
Ridiculous.
bald. What? Frogman is gonna take off her wig! The frogman waddled closer to the waitress, and when he was right behind her, his eyes got even wider. Haruhiko-san and I both lowered our glasses, looked through the lenses, and confirmed what the frogman saw.
昨日カーセに掴まれたのを見ておかしいと思ったんだ
She's bald!
玉森君確かに彼女は2つの髪質を持っているようだ何か事情がありそうだな
Maybe she's like actually 50 years old and she just wants to hide her gray hair. The frogman returned at that moment, and Haruhiko-san and I both fixed our glasses.
不思議だ
So true, frogman. This is why you're the best character.
髪は女の命という
What on earth?
美しく保つふりをするのも大変だな
やはりそういうことですか
Because of him. Love came from a woman's gallant efforts. Kawase telling her to cut it was just sad. The waitress suddenly turned around. I thought long hair was cuter than short. Wow, you are so wrong. But I confirmed that with my stare. The waitress frowned and went back to the kitchen. As soon as I was done with my omelet rice, I wouldn't have any more business here.
幸せそうですね玉森さん
Yay, the frog guy's happy
3
too.
時間待った甲斐がある
3-hour wait. Are you serious? You waited 3 hours for some stinking omelet rice? I would throw it at the waitress, honestly. My thoughts exactly. Are they finally leaving the cafe? Okay, I think I'm gonna like stop. I don't know how long it's been. I think it's been like an hour or so. So yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here for today. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, the next video will be out in a few days, so keep your eyes peeled out for that. It's been really fun. I had so much fun recording this and voicing over my thoughts, so thank you for reaching the end. Bye, guys!